Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. It's Monday, so it's poem day. This is called Fire by Judy Brown. What makes a fire burn is the space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs packed in too tight, can douse the flames almost as surely as a pail of water. So building fires requires attention to the spaces between as much as the wood. When we're able to build open spaces in the same way, we have learned to pile on the logs. Then we can come to see how it is fuel, an absence of fuel together, that makes fire possible. We only need to lay a log lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because the space is there with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way. So your practice, whatever that is, how you pause, take time out for yourself, me time, call it what you want. That's so you don't jam too many logs in the fire and douse it, but give it plenty of breathing space. All right, today, back to my ongoing rant about childhood and neuroplasticity. Everybody's temperament is hardwired. It's in your DNA, but it's not your destiny. We have tendencies that shape our intelligence, our warm-heartedness, our conscious intention, but temperaments fit in certain environments better than others. It's hard to function your best if you're in the wrong environment. When I talk about self-actualization, I always say the willow tree planted by the desert, really tough, but planted by a river, almost 100% chance of actualization. So what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your vulnerabilities? Do you have compassion for your own stress and strain? Can you appreciate the endurance and strength that it takes when you recognize you were a square peg in a round hole? Have you kept your sense of humor about that? So we accept the fact that fundamental things were laid down when we were younger and our brain was most impressionable. It's sunk into us and we travel with it wherever we go. So it's not just a cliche to say, oh, your inner child. It's a large-scale system. It's embedded in your brain. It's continually and powerfully influencing you, your moods, your expectations, your sense of self-worth, and your reactions, which turns out to be the core of who you are. So if we're embarrassed, if we're ashamed, if we have a hypercritical voice, if one part of us is squelching our move for freedom, then you have to learn how to gently soak a nourishing quality into your inner child. If you were hurt, if you were disappointed, if you felt like a loser, if you wanted the recognition and you didn't get the love, if you shelved your dreams in any way, you still have a real chance today to be the strong, wise, loving friend, coach, even parent that you've always longed for. Once you realize that the vulnerable child within us all usually expects rejection, so it's afraid to show its teary, sniffly, snotty, whiny, needy, and frightened or angry face. So please don't push this child away. It's you. It wants to show itself, but it's afraid to. So make it safe for it to show itself. Look for ways to bring your child out into play, which means quit being so serious or so significant. As Don Juan says, lose your sense of self-importance. So you want your body, if you're going to survive, to tell you when you're hurt, when you're injured, when you're angry, to send you distress signals emotionally when you're feeling lonely, pissed off, rejected, mistreated, or threatened. And so, because of negativity bias, the brain always narrowing down and focusing on what's wrong, so you have to nudge it a little bit to view what's right. If you do that, you can accept the fact that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Choose the good path, friends.